after his very successful and grand coronation a few weeks ago. One of the first acts of the new Olu of Warri, Ogiame Atuwatse III, was to dissolve the Warri Traditional Council and revalidate the chiefs of the kingdom. He has since reconfirmed 18 chiefs and named Chief Johnson Amatserunleghe as the new Iyatsere of Warri. The new Iyatsere displaced Ayirimi Emami, the suspended Ologbotsere of Warri, as the de facto traditional prime minister of the kingdom. Chief Emami served as traditional prime minister of the kingdom during the reign of the immediate past Olu Ogiame Ikenwoli I, who died on the 21st of December 2020. Despite the revalidation exercise, concerns remain over the lawsuit instituted by Emami, challenging the enthronement of the Olu of Warri. Emami has also faulted the dissolution of the Warri Traditional Council and the revalidation exercise, saying that the reconfirmation of traditional title holders was not part of Warri custom and tradition. Now joining us to discuss recent developments in the Warri Kingdom is Amaju Pinnick, President of the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, an indigene of Warri, and an ardent supporter of the new Olu of Warri. Amaju will also be briefing us on the newfound financial autonomy of the NFF and how this can improve Nigerian football. Good morning, Amaju, and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me this morning. Always a privilege.
Well, first, congratulations on the Super Eagles win over Liberia and Cape Verde. But the CAF region was not happy with the red list put out by the United Kingdom in terms of football politics. How will this hurt the bid for a World Cup?
Yeah, that was very pathetic. Thank you very much. We made representation to FIFA, to CAF, and they also made, I know that the president of FIFA was quite enthusiastic about not just Nigeria or African players from South America to feature in their, because they didn't want to lower the quality of the World Cup. And so they did everything humanly possible, but the British government, or rather the FA, ipso facto the government, was quite adamant, and it was very sad because we know that in the near future, England is going to be bidding for the 2030 World Cup. And if you are bidding, where there are a lot of political stakeholders or critical stakeholders are going to play a very critical role, in that process. I like I told them, I believe you should relax on some of your boundaries, but they vehemently refused. And I just believe very possibly that that might have an adverse effect on the relationship they have with most federations, Politics is politics, and we don't know what politics is. Apadoria, in his book, Politics Among Nations, it defines politics as politics, which means there are a lot of things that are better left unsaid. It's a definition you cannot even see it. It says it's a definition where the definition does not tell us about the definiendum. That which has been defined will not tell you that which has been defined. So I don't think it's something that is very, very good for England. A lot of my colleagues all over Africa, look at Ghana, about 6 of their players, first-team players, could not make the trip to South Africa, and they lost. Do you think a country like Ghana will forgive? It's almost impossible. But we're all children of God. Let's see how it pans out eventually.
Oh dear. Well, the NFF have been signing sponsorship deals, the latest being Premier Lotto. In terms of financial autonomy, for how far has the Federation come? And in terms of non-payment of salaries, will this raise its ugly head again?
Yeah, a lot of positives are coming to the Nigerian Football Federation. I'm wearing red today because the color is red. Baba Ijebu is red. Premier Lotto is red. From me, I'm going for the signing, and we are very, very thankful to the chairman, Chief Kensington Adebutu. He has been very, very supportive of the Nigerian Football Federation. I recall when we won a game in Uyo, one of our World Cup qualifying games, he called me and immediately he gave the Super Eagles 50 million naira. He's been very, very supportive. His hands are even in the National Stadium that is being rebuilt, He's committing an obscene amount of money to that project. So he's somebody that has really, really been very, very supportive of everything sports, everything football. Today, we are going to be signing a sponsorship deal with them for about 400 million, for the next 10 3 years initial, then renewable. So it's something huge. We did that with MTN, of course, and we did that with Airpeace. Airpeace has been very wonderful. This morning they brought some of the players, even without us giving them a dime. From Mali, they flew an empty jet to Mali, picked up the players, went to Ghana, picked up the players, and here, tomorrow they are bringing players on charter from Cameroon. So that's the effect of the sponsorship. So we are really and truly grateful and excited, and we're happy because they've seen something new about Nigerian Football Federation. Because our integrity posture is what is our selling point, because if you look at the way we work with PwC, we work with financial derivatives, and we have come out clean. And another thing, again, possibly by God's grace, maybe because I'm in the FIFA Council, and for you to be in the FIFA Council, you must almost be faultless in terms of fiscal discipline, almost, because you go through a furnace of integrity checks, and by God's grace, we came out unscathed. So we are truly and really excited about that. And also to assure our sponsors, our newfound love, that we are going to abide by every tenant in those contracts and make sure that we attain our goal of 100% self-funding. With the signing of Baba Ijebu today, by God's grace, I believe we'll be at 92% of self-funding. Then the big one is coming on the 8th, on the 18th of this month. And if everything goes as planned, by God's grace, we'll be signing another mega contract with one of the very massive banks. But that one is stricto sensu player base, whereby the players will have a comprehensive insurance. Once they don the Nigerian jersey, will be paid by this institution. The players for injury, that contract is about 600 million a year. Then for death, it's about 1.7 billion a year. So we are still studying it. Then also, there's gender sensitivity in that project, in that contract, that we are also making provision for this female national team. We are talking to the bank, and they kind of agree that every time the Super Falcons or any of the female national team wins, they will create an account for them. They will pay the bonus and leave that money until they finish playing. So the money will grow for them. There are a lot of things, a lot of innovations that we're trying to bring into the Nigerian Football Federation. Thankfully, because I have the support of my executive committee, I have the support of my Congress, so I'm just a symbol. The real actors are behind me, and that is the truth.
All right, that sounds good, and we hope that will also help the league, to grow, because I'm looking at all of this, and I'm excited, for the possibilities too on the league. Ayirimi Emami Cup kicks up on the 15th of September. We'd like to get updates on that. And I remember when you were here a couple of weeks ago, you were talking to us about what was happening with your partnership and your friendship with the South African billionaire that is your brother, that was to emerge as CAF chief. And now that is emerged, how are we going to reap the fruit of the land? Is there anything you'd like to tell us?
No. Patrice is an exceptional, trust me, is an exceptional character. He doesn't just love football, he loves Africa. He has investment in over 40 countries in this continent. And beyond. He's somebody that is always speaking and preaching Africa. And good enough, by God's grace, on Wednesday, Patrice will be arriving Lagos at exactly 12:45, while the FIFA president and his entourage will be arriving at 1 p.m. exactly. Then the program starts from there, from the airport. Then we're going to have lunch, a private lunch, Then from there, we go straight to the Marina House, where the governor of Lagos State will take us straight to the stadium toward the Ayirimi Warri to start the first game between Nigeria and Mali. Ayirimi Warri tournament, is something that has come to stay, and we are very thankful to the wife of the president, who gave us, from the beginning, she's been very, very excited about it, because our life is all about women and the strength of women and women's recognition. From afar, that's what I've observed, And if you look at the teams that are coming to play, these are the strongest teams in the continent, which epitomizes who the person, Ayirimi Warri, truly is. I'm telling you, she's strong-willed, she's loyal, she's strength personified, and we believe, so that's why we decided to choose some of the strongest teams. Whoever wins, wins. Nigeria, Cameroon, Mali, Morocco, Ghana, and South Africa, so you cannot have a better teams than this team. So I want to thank her and thank And my sister Zara, she has been very, very supportive as well from the beginning, and want to thank the entire PMB family. They've been extremely supportive in this. And the local organizing committee, headed by Sheikh Kiumi, Aisha Falode, exceptional character. And importantly, the governor of Lagos. Wow. You need to go and see the the Onikon Stadium. You need to go and see is super world class. So I want to thank the governor for even between the last few days, what the upgrade in that stadium is amazing. And all the matches are going to be shown live. The FIFA president is coming, he'll watch a few games, then the next day, he'll be going to Abuja to see the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And then he will stay one more day, then leave. Then as he's leaving, the General Secretary of FIFA, Fatma Samora, will come, and she'll be here till the end of the tournament. Also, Kanizat Ibrahim, the Vice President of CAF, the only female Vice President, she's flying in she's coming in tomorrow. And 5 of my colleagues from the ECOWAS region, 6 of my colleagues, they're also flying. So it's something really exciting. And this is what we want in this country at this moment. Let us show them Nigeria is livable. Let's show that Nigeria is a place that we appreciate and welcome people, and there's total hospitality. Of course, there are itches here and there, but this is not sui generis to Nigeria. I've been to Vancouver, and Vancouver, if you look at it, is one of the most livable cities in the world. And what did they say about Vancouver? Well, they told me that area you cannot go. So there's nowhere in this world that there's no black spots.
Okay, before we go, I mean, you've been talking about football and very interesting, comments there. But there's this other football in Warri where you hail from. I don't know how you juggle it, playing mainstream football and playing local football. That football match in Warri, has it been finally won and lost? And I ask that considering the fact that it's still a subject of litigation.
You see, there's no football in Warri. Everybody's a winner in Warri. Everybody, including my brother Ayiri, is a winner. Everybody's a winner. There's no big deal about that. He knows that, because the truth is, traditionally, once a king ascends that throne, the first thing he does, the late Olu of Warri did the same. The one before is tradition, and Ayiri knows that. Once he comes, he unbundles the system and start up his own system. He builds on him to say, oh, you. But the Ogiame that I know, Atuwatse III, is driven only by the Holy Spirit, by God. He loves God with all his heart. He is, even though you see him quite majestic in his heart, everything that he does is being guided by the Holy Spirit. That I can tell you. I don't want to, this is an area I wouldn't want to, because I was surprised your introductory ask was basically about the Warri Kingdom. I did not come in. I'm from Warri very proudly. I love my Shekiri people. Like I told you a couple of weeks ago, it's a very unique tribe. And when I was talking, people thought I was talking, but look at what was grand. That's the Shekiri. It's a very small ethnic group, but ordained by God to show people how to do things, Because if you look at it, I told you, it's small, but it contributes an obscene amount of money to the country's GDP. It's a country that is a nation, ethnic nationality with one king, one culture, and one language. It's so unique. So everything you see about us is very unique. But I can tell you, ultimately, there's going to be peace. Everything is going on. There's nothing untoward. There's nothing. Everybody, even in his heart, Ayiri is excited about the new Olu of Warri, Ogiame Atuwatse III. In his heart, he knows that. Because whatever is going on now, there are a lot of people, they thought Atuwatse, His Royal Majesty, will not confirm. But he has confirmed everybody. He has a wonderful, brilliant heart. And that I can say. But as of now, we do not have an Ologbotsere. That I can tell you. We do not, because there's nothing extra significant about that title. Our Benin, it wasn't part of the Shekiri Kingdom. The 70 chiefs, 480 years ago, that left the Benin Kingdom to found the Warri Kingdom, there was no Ologbotsere. Of course, Ologbotsere, I think, is a creation of this century, of last century. But whether good or bad, like I said, people should understand the dynamics is tilting towards a change in the Warri Kingdom. Well, and there are some people that might resist that change, but ultimately, everybody
on that note,
is a winner.
On that note, Amaju Pinnick, would like to thank you very much for joining us today on The Morning Show. Thank you very much.